morning, pimpins. That's a bit better, right? Fucking, I need that. Good morning to the Wake and Bake Show. Hello, hello. This is part of the show where we wake and bake with the Wake and Bakers. Hello, hello. Where you from? Share the live. Subscribe. Like. Miami Beach here. We are live on Miami Beach. Had a few guys on here with some good stories. One guy from Cincinnati. One guy from Cali. Sure, why not? Hello, hello, Zandon. I will never turn down a prayer. Sands. Word. Start rolling. I just got done grinding. I'm about to roll now. But yeah, back to the prayer. Sure. Never turn down a prayer. Somebody up me with me about to smoke. Roll and smoke with me. So yeah, I had a couple good subjects the last few days during the show. Oh, I started seriously. Like, I've been doing this for 14 years online. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, all social media. But the streaming didn't really pop off till after the pandemic, right? So I started doing my podcast for the purposes of streaming and consolidating everything. And last year, November. Last year, November, I started with nothing. And now I make 1 million views every month. I average about 1 million views a month. But that didn't just start in November. That started like November, December, January. I was making about 1 million views a month. So that's where I'm kind of at right now. But that's only with one platform. That's only Instagram. Yeah, that was only Instagram. Now I got the TikTok doesn't work out for me. Hello, Lone Wolf. What's up? The TikTok pays and is good, but it's way too many guidelines and rules. I like my show to be authentic. I don't want to do a show. I want it to be real. Like, you see my face, I have like facial cream and shit on my face. So it's like I'm the behind the scenes person right now before the show. You feel what I'm saying? So my streaming will be more of this, me being authentic. People can ask questions. I received the answer to my prayer. He gave me a verse. Isaiah, he heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Amen. For the chat, we got a prayer for the chat. The prayer for tonight is in Isaiah, and it reads, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. And that's true. This is coming from a man with no family, no mom, no dad. I'm 50 now. You expect that? But this was in my 20s. This would throw me off the way. You know what I'm saying? When I was in my 20s, my mom died in my arms. And then 8 years later, my dad died. He bled to death in the house. Both were not natural, but, like medical. You know what I'm saying? It was more like health issues, but both happened in my 20s. So my whole 20s wasn't like happy going through life. It was like grief, destruction, street life. And then because of God, who kept me safe through all those years of trying to take myself out, indirectly, gave me a whole new life. Here I am on Miami Beach. Been living good for the last 14 years. I had to get out I appreciate you. Yeah, I had to get out that environment, man. Man, let me tell you something. I don't want to change the energy of the chat, but I'm trying to tell you something. God is real. I don't know how other people see him. I can't tell you what he looks like. I can't tell you what he is for you, but in my life, it's obvious. What? The Lord's been moving in my life for 20 years. Yeah, I'm not new. I was a youth minister when I first got into the word in 2005. I became a street minister. I was so on fire for God. I was literally walking the hood, going to like murder scenes and doing vigils for victims of gang violence. Literally, I was on the front page of the Racine Journal Times for fundraising. I was designing these shirts, like I design my clothes now. I was designing T-shirts for the black churches and for the basketball teams, and I would sell shirts also to like family reunions, and things like that. And with the proceeds, I would help with the funeral costs of victims of violent crimes because they couldn't afford coffins, they couldn't afford funerals, man. In the hood, when you're down and out, where I was, I couldn't afford shit like that. When my parents died, I was oblivious to what to do. I lost a house. That's how I became homeless. I didn't know how to do the finances of the house. I didn't know how to keep his car up. I didn't know the bill structure. I didn't know none of that. I wasn't prepared. So not only did I lose my parents, I lost the house that I was raised in for 25 years. So then I became homeless too. So I didn't have time to grieve. It was either die or survive. That was my only two choices. It wasn't go to church. It wasn't do the right thing. It was die or survive by the grace of God. But because he had a bigger plan for me, I put myself in so many positions to be taken off the grid. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like funny now. It's sad to think, but it's funny. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I've been in Miami, and I had to learn, because I learned that in church. But then I had to change my environment, because sometimes when you change, your environment doesn't change with you. Them family members and friends don't want to see you change. They're not going to treat you different. They're not going to give you opportunities because of your past, of what you did. So you have to like hold yourself accountable and be like, you know what, just because I changed my life and I went through hell and I did good doesn't mean that I'm entitled to everybody to agree and feel good about that. Because, you know, there was a lot of people that I hurt, that I got to remember that they, you know, when I didn't like people and then I saw those people win, oh, I was disgusted. So I can just imagine how people think about me. So sometimes you gotta factor out people in your growth. You can't depend on how family and friends treat you or make you feel. I'm kingdom building right now. You know, with everything I'm doing, with everything in entertainment, I never locked in to really go all the way through, because I know that's a future that won't be conducive to my, you know, to my goals. However, it's an awesome industry to be in. I'm grateful. It's fun, but my soul is not worth it. The glory and the peace that I have with God right now, no entertainer or celebrity can give me. Good credit, no debt, good health, no children, living on Miami Beach. Oh. And then I want to get into the industry, which is going to bring me toxic strife, ratchet women, evil men, debauchery, whoremongering, drug addiction, alcoholism, jail, on and on, STDs, on and on and on. That is the entertainment industry. I just left that. See, when you really been through hell, you can't disguise hell. you can't disguise hell for the people that have been through hell. And I got 20 years of experience of swimming out the bottom of hell. Like literally, like I've seen the inside cell of a 24-hour lockdown Statesville Maximum Penitentiary. Joliet, before that closed, I seen that Maximum Penitentiary. Danville, Shawnee, Taylorville, Hillsboro, Wisconsin, RCI, Sturtevant. I've been to at least 8 prisons in 8 years. I'm 52. I'm 52 years old. I still look 30 something. You can't tell me God does not exist. Me. Mike can convince other people, but you can't convince me. And you know what? I don't get mad about it. I don't be like, oh, God exists. I'll be like, whatever. Oh, I appreciate you. This is the podcast part of the room. So I'm waiting on my backdrop right here. I had I'm having this made as a real podcast sign right now. But yeah, subscribe, like. You will get the land and the space you are seeking. Thank you. I have faith I will do that, and that's the goal. The goal is peace. The goal is wealth. I didn't say riches. You know, I had money, so money is not going to do anything. Money will keep me at peace. Help me keep me at peace with the bills and making sure I'm properly taken care of. But money could never pay for the inside piece. I got a warning for some smoking too much on a live. What's the warning for? But yeah, that's been my story. That's what I've been like my magazine articles, my documentaries. It's all been about getting your life back in order. And I'm a smoker too. Let me tell you how good God is. All those years on paper of feeling like a nobody. It was so hard for me to maintain jobs and relationships and things, not just because I was batshit crazy, but because one of my things I like to do is smoke weed, obviously, right? But I never in my life been in trouble for weed, not once. No, nothing weed related, right? Ever. So that was the main thing I was losing about. I was like, I'm not doing nothing illegal. The only thing I'm doing is dropping dirty all the time. All the time I'm dropping dirty. All the time I'm losing jobs because I'm smoking weed. I'm losing jobs. I mean, can't get jobs because of smoking weed. Everything was about smoking weed. I'm like, this is some bullshit. And little do you know, I told God, look, if I'm ever gonna work again, if I'm gonna move to Miami, bro, I'm smoking weed forever. I'm not on papers. I'm not being supervised. I just want to do what I want to do. And since then, every job I had allowed me to smoke weed. I got my dispensary card. You know what I mean? I can legally have 4 ounces of weed on me. If I don't need that much, but I'm not selling weed. I'm not doing it to try to hustle. You know what I'm saying? I'm just vibing. It's medicinal and spiritual now, more than recreational and medical. Because I got hit by a car, so it's a big pain reliever. But yeah, you brought up God, so I got on the road. But how's everybody else doing? Got the UK. Just smoking right now. Vibing out with my fam. I get more activity at 3, 4 in the morning than I get all day. I think I'm gonna post this too because this is a good thing about we talked about God here. I gave about 5 more minutes. Been live for 22 minutes. Everybody else probably went to sleep. Alright, everybody, I think this was a good one. I think I will close it out right now. Just because it was a good show. I appreciate you guys.